In this lesson, we will be factoring binomials once again, except we'll be taking another visual approach and we will have some binomials that have a couple extra variables. And so let's review a little bit on how we factored problems like this. When we factored problems like this, we used this rectangle and this square. We remember that one side of this small rectangle, this is 1, this is x, so that made 1 times x, this is the x piece, and then this side was 1, this was 1, 1 times 1 is 1, so this was the 1 piece. So if we have 3x plus 6, we took 3 of those x's, and then we had 6 of these squares. And what we did is we tried to make a rectangle out of this. And so when we configure these to make a rectangle, we can get 3 of these, we get each of these, and then it looks like if we put them 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we get a rectangle. And so we remember that the factored form is the base and height. And so let's go ahead and count this side here. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So that's going to be 3. And then we remember this side is x. And then this is 1, 1. So that makes this whole side x plus 2. So we factored this into 3 times x plus 2. And so the shortcut for this was remembering what the answer is going to look like, and the answer was like this. And so for the shortcut way, we had to remember that the number that goes in front is the greatest common factor, the GCF. And so we remembered that 3x, that's going to be 3 times x. 6 is 2 times 3. The common factor to both is the number 3. So that is our GCF 3, and then whatever was left over, 3 times x, and then plus 3 times 2. And so today we're going to be doing the same thing, but these terms will have an extra variable. So now let's look at 2x squared plus 4x. And so we're going to introduce this new piece that we have worked with, but this side is going to be x. This is x as well. So x times x is x squared. This is the x squared piece. This side is x. This side is 1. X times 1 is x. This is the x piece. So once again, to do this visually, we get 2x squareds this time. And then we get 4 of these x's. And once again, we arrange this into a rectangle. And so we try out a couple things. We see here that we can stack them like so into a rectangle. So if we make this our configuration, we have x and x. So this whole side is going to be 2x. And then this top part is x. This is 1, this is 1. So that's going to give us x plus 2. So that means that this factors into 2x times x plus 2. And once again, we can use the shortcut for this. And we just have to remember that the GCF is the number in front. So 2x squared breaks down to 2 times x times x. 4x breaks down to 2 times 2 times x. We see here that both of them have a 2x. Both of them have a 2x. So that's our GCF 2x, which is what we got on the left side. Whatever is left over, x plus 2, goes there. There is our answer. 3x squared plus 6x, that means we're going to need 3 of these x squareds, and we're going to need 6 of these x's. Once again, we try to get these in a rectangular pattern. So we can go ahead and put 2 at a time here, and we get all of these in a nice rectangle. So we find the base and height. This side right here, if we remember, is x. This is x. This side is x, so that's 3x. And then here we have x plus 1 plus 1, so that gives us x plus 2. So factored form is 3x times x plus 2. Factoring it using the shortcut, 3 times x times x, 2 times 3 times x. We see here that the GCF is 3x, because that's in both, so that's the number that goes out front. And then we remember 3x multiply something is 3x squared, and that's x. 3x multiply something else is 6x, and that is 2. 3x times x plus 2. Last one, 4x squared plus x, so we take 4 of these x's, and now we just have 1x. And so it looks like we don't really have a configuration here because there's 4 of these, but even something as simple as this, even though it's a little different than the patterns from before, this still makes a rectangle, correct? So this side is x, this top part x, 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 1. So we have x times 1, 2, 3, 4 x's plus 1. There is our factored form. We do it the shortcut method, 2 times 2 times x times x. X is just going to be x times 1. We see here that they both have x. That number goes out front, and then we get 4x for the inside portion, because that's 2 times 2 times x, plus, and then we have this 1 right there. So we have x times 4x plus 1. Thank you for listening.